Right, good morning, eighth grade students. So as I told you guys today, I'm going to be helping a lot with senior thesis and I'll be helping tomorrow as well. But you can still send me an email or a message in the LMS chat. I just may not be able to get back to you as quickly as maybe previous days. Also, today and tomorrow are going to be pretty much catch up or get ahead days for you guys. So I don't have anything due until Wednesday, and even then we're kind of slowing down the things that we're doing. So Wednesday you'll have a reflection due. I have that assignment posted on the LMS page with some more details. There's some options there as to how in depth you want to go with that. Thursday, I'm going to offer a Zoom meeting for us to be able to discuss the Count of Monte Cristo and maybe some other books that we've read throughout the year, Concepts of Truth, Goodness, Beauty, all of that. So see the LMS page for your classes, times, and links. I scheduled them the same time as Mr. Bundy had for his debate to maybe help you guys out. So we'll see, but just double check. It's not the same time as the debate. I'm just saying time of day. Anyway, so May 20th, your books are due and I will post again. I put in the PowerPoint which ones you actually need to bring, but I will post again on the LMS page which ones you need to bring, which ones you need to actually keep at home. And then May 21st, there's an optional creative assignment due. So I am going to give you some information about that. So I'm going to share that page with you guys and go over this. So before you freak out or anything, go ahead and listen closely. So my goals are one, creative expression, getting you the opportunity to play with the things in the book, the stories, the characters, all of that. The second one is for community, which may sound a little funny online, but what you're going to do when you post these assignments is you're going to post them as a discussion post. So your classmates can see your work and you guys can comment on them and see the things that your classmates have created. Got really three different options as far as categories. So there's a drama option, a writing option, and then there's like a music, dance, and art option. Also, it's a potential grade boost. So this fourth quarter, if it hurts your grade, it doesn't count against you, but you can bring up a grade possibly. So this is going to be a completion grade, and I want to really have you pay attention to the way that this might work. So one, you can complete one of these assignments I'm about to talk about to replace a fourth quarter assignment that's worth 25 points or less. So you can't replace your novel analysis, but everything else we've done is 25 points or less. So if you forgot to do something or you didn't do as well, you can do this assignment and it can replace it. Or you can complete this assignment for an extra 25-point grade in the grade book. So whichever one helps, one or two, we can do that. Um, some of you all may not need this at all because you're doing just fine. You're turning things in, you've made A's and B's, you're good to go, and you don't need to worry about it. You can complete this assignment just for the sake of creativity. You don't need the grade stuff, but you're like, oh yeah, I'd really like to do that. Yeah, go for it. Now, I never thought I'd say this as a teacher, but given the circumstances, I am. You can actually forgo this assignment. So right now, we're in a time of review. And so we're not really taking a lot of major grades. So I'm providing this as a help, as an opportunity. But if you're completely swamped with end of the year or family related activities, I'm not going to judge you and you don't need to judge yourself if you don't do this assignment. Now, if you're just wanting to play Fortnite for 2 weeks, then maybe, you should maybe give it a little bit more thought. Obviously, I'm not going to make you, but you could think, okay, how can I balance this out? Kind of wrap things up, finish strong, all of that. Now, if you decide to forgo, not do this assignment, okay, I'm going to need a note. The big thing is communication. So I need you to email me a note that uses complete sentences, providing your reasons for not being able to complete the assignment. So I've given a few examples that are kind of cheesy here. The first one is just like, to the illustrious Miss Carrier, salutations. I've been visiting my future grandmother-in-law, the Lady Galadriel, and would appreciate the extra time to spend with her and my Lady Arwen. Since I do not need to improve my grade, I will be foregoing the creative assignment and only completing the required work for this term. Okay, so that was, may the tea you drink ever grow bolder, Aragorn, son of Arathorn. Okay, so that's a sample email. You don't have to be that fancy. I was just in a crazy mood. So a little more realistically, you could just, dear Miss Carrier, hope you're doing well. That's just good etiquette for an email. I would like to take advantage of the offer to not do the creative assignment so I can catch up in math and logic. Thank you. Moving on. Please sign your name. Or, you know, hey, I'm currently sharing a computer with 3 siblings and my parents. So I would like to take you up on the offer not to worry about the creative assignment. Just let me know generally kind of what you're thinking. Now, I do think that, you know, before you make this decision, you need to listen to what I've got offered here. So you will, again, be posting these in discussion post format so that others can enjoy your work and provide encouraging feedback. For the video options, you do not have to do a video. There's some low-tech options as well, but LMS and PA email do not accept files larger than 20 megabytes. So what some students have done, I've done this with some high schoolers, and a few of them took me up on it. They divided their video into 2 parts and shared via a Google Drive, or with parental permission and safety measures, they uploaded to YouTube and posted the link. You are not required to do this, okay? I know some parents, mine would be included in this. They, you know, don't want their kids plastering themselves on YouTube and things like that. There are some privacy settings, but I'm just saying that's an option, but make sure that it's okay with mom and dad or grandma and grandpa first. Now, the drama, there's a couple of options here. One is to perform a scene from the book. You can do like a reader's theater where you just read and use different voices. You don't have to worry about props, costumes, anything like that. Just rely on your voice to creatively tell the story. Or you can act out the scene, and you can feel free to recruit family members, pets, stuffed animals, anything to make it work. It does not have to be a knockdown, drag out performance. It can be simple, but you're acting it out about 1.5 to 2 minutes for the video. You can do that. Or if you're like, I want to do something drama related, but I don't want to do a video, you can create a cast list and a script. Okay? You'll assign roles to people in your family, friends, classmates, or favorite actors and actresses. So you're just using your imagination here. Like, who would you cast as Edmond? Who would you cast as Mercedes? And then create a 2-page script complete with stage directions and blocking. Now, by 2 pages, that's like 2 pages max. It could be 1 page since you are including, you know, dialogue and all of that. So this is the way you would format it. You would have, you know, the character's name with the colon. Sorry for my terrible rendition here, but I was just going off my memory. Stage directions italicized. Make sure they're actually doing things, not just what they're feeling. And just make sure you format it this way. You could also, and you would video this, stage an interview with a character, about 1.5 to 2 minutes. You'd need someone to play the character, someone to be the host. You can turn your questions along with the video of the interview into me. Okay? So just make sure that you write your questions down ahead of time. And you could conduct, like if you were to do an interview, a talk show with Fernand, what questions would you ask him and how would he respond, and share that interview. Right. So if you don't like any of that, there's fan fiction. So about 300 to 500 words, that's about 1 typed page. So you could do a side story. That's where you pick a minor event in the story that sparks your curiosity and write what happened. Use your imagination. It does need to fit with the book. So, you know, you don't need to have, you know, aliens coming in and, you know, all of that stuff. But say, you know, you're curious about the Count's relationship with Haiti. Some of you all are thinking, he just used her. There's not a lot shared about her. You know, we know that she's in love with him. He falls in love with her, but we don't see, you know, that process. So you could write about that. Or, you know, we know that Patricio tells Andrea Benedetto that Villefort is his father and tried to kill him as an infant, but we don't actually see that scene happen. So what you could do is use your imagination. You write that scene, but you do have to include dialogue, whatever you do, okay? You could write an epilogue for the book. Dialogue is a must. You could rewrite a scene from another character's point of view. Dialogue's a must, and show the character's thoughts and reactions. So you could rewrite a scene from Fernand's perspective, or from Monsieur Morel's perspective, or, you know, however you want to go about it, Ave Faria. You could do that. You could create a diary or journal entry for a character from the book that includes his or her thoughts, all of that. You could make this just a series of smaller entries that add up to 300 words-ish, or you could divide, or just make it 1. So it's up to you. Art, music, and dance. So those of you who are extremely artistic in these ways, I want to provide an option for you. You could create a comic strip about 8 squares from a scene from the book, so it does need to have dialogue and pictures. You could create sketches or illustrations of 3 to 5 characters. So what do you think that they would look like? I would only recommend this if you really like to sketch and draw and you're not going to spend 5 hours doing it. You could write and perform a song based on events or characters' reflections in the book. And you would need to send me that video probably via email, unless you can have it uploaded to the LMS page. You could, if there's any dancers out there, you could pick a song that's kind of related to the book and perform a dance that kind of illustrates what happens. I've had students do that before. So just make sure that there's a clear connection for what happens in the book and the characters and all of that. So those are options. You do not have to do those if you're like, I don't dance, or I can't draw, or I can't sing. You know, those are just like, I wanted to throw those out there for those who really liked that kind of work. Now, if all of this you're like, I want to do something, but I'm not, you know, that my creative juices are not flowing, you could be a critic. With parental permission, you could find and watch a movie adaptation of the book. Definitely make sure your parents check it out first, because given the different things that happens in the book, and I haven't seen every movie adaptation, so yeah, make sure they check it out first. And then write a 300, 500 word review of the movie. So you would talk about how faithful is it to the book, what interpretation of the book does it portray, you know, does it portray Edmond as a character to sympathize with or someone who needs to repent of his revenge, all that. Is it well done? What makes it good, mediocre, poor adaptation of the book? And tell me which version of the movie that you watched if you do that. Okay? So I know that was a lot. I'm going to have this posted on the LMS page, and you can also email me or contact me in the chat if you have further questions. If you think of something that I didn't think to address, or if you have another alternate idea, that's fine too. Just let me know. All right, I will talk to you later. Bye.